Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today we have the one that I've been most looking forward to, the ones I have kept to the very end for myself. It is my favourite Pokemon of all time. It is number 150, the legendary one himself. It is Mewtwo. And there we have Red with Mew. Of course, Mewtwo is the clone, but of course in my heart, Mewtwo is always the superior. And I think some people could argue along with me on that. So, very, very excited to see this. Of course, the back and the sides are exactly the same as we've always seen. You see that his name is actually Mewtwo in Japanese as well. So, without any further ado, let's jump in and see big old Mewtwo. You can see that he takes up the majority of the box immediately. I think his tail comes separate, it does, and oh my goodness, he looks certainly worthy of a legendary in just terms of scale and stature. And you can see, look at the size of his stand. Oh my goodness, he is absolutely wonderful. And of course, for anyone that has been watching these series of figures, knows that Mewtwo is the 6th member of my Pokemon team. So we will be bringing, of course, Giovanni back. So of course, Giovanni is the most associated with Mewtwo out of anyone in the Pokemon series. And we will be showing off the rest of my little Pokemon team, which was the entire reason that I started this little journey. This is just a little white piece of card to keep Mewtwo's tail all nice and pretty and intact. So nothing special there, but here is the man himself. Let's move Red and Mew off to the side for just a second. And his tail actually comes in a separate bag, which is very, very cool. And this is easily the largest and biggest figure in this set. He is, well, with the exception of Red, he is the only one that doesn't come with anyone else. He doesn't come with any accessories or such. So there you can see that's what the tail part looks like, and that is how the tail connects in. So I assume it just takes a little bit of force. I don't really like using force on these kind of figures, but sometimes needs must. And you just want to get it really tight in there so that you have as little spacing as possible. The tail, and there he is. I own a lot of Mewtwo's, and more than what your regular collector would have of Mewtwo's. Mewtwo is my favourite. I even have a gigantic Mewtwo that I brought all the way home from Japan by myself. And when I say gigantic, I mean gigantic. It is very, very huge. But this is one of the nicest Mewtwo figures I have ever seen. I want to make sure that he is properly on a stand, so that he's not going to wiggle or move. I really love the way that they've taken all of the parts of Mewtwo, the positioning of the balls of his feet, his tail, his double neck that he has, the back neck and the regular neck, and they've made him look absolutely stunning. Let's get a 360 view of that. There he is. It is absolutely glorious. I think up until this point, the best looking Mewtwo, there's a lot of Mewtwo's out there, but I think the best looking Mewtwo up to this Pokemon scale Mewtwo is the amiibo of Mewtwo. And the amiibo Mewtwo is very, very expensive nowadays. So, this is a hair. Or it's a bit of plastic. I think it's plastic actually, it's not hair. But the Mewtwo amiibo is quite expensive these days, but I do have them, and let's do a very quick comparison. So, one of the things is I really love the pose that this Mewtwo is in, but you can see that he's just a little bit more white, and you can see that he's a little bit shorter than what Mewtwo is actually meant to be. Now the thing is, if we didn't have this Pokemon scale Mewtwo, this Mewtwo would actually look pretty good in comparison to the scale of Red. You can see that he's just a little bit taller than what Red is. Or they're almost the same height actually, when he's not on his little base. But this is the height that Mewtwo is supposed to be. And there you can see Mewtwo in comparison to the height that Red is. It's very, very cool to see indeed. And of course, how can we not do a comparison to the scale with Mew? So there you see that is what Mewtwo and Mew canonically look like to scale with one another. Very, very cool to see. And of course, we need to bring in Giovanni, the boss of Team Rocket. The one who essentially commissioned to have Mewtwo created. He was actually, I think according to the manga, created by Blaine, the scientist. But I know that he certainly has Blaine's arm. But yes, there we are. Very, very cool to see. That is so nice. You know, I was actually going to say I might remove the stand and just have him standing separately, but then I remembered that this Mewtwo does not stand because his feet are actually made the way that Mewtwo's feet are supposed to be made. They don't really have the flat bit at the bottom, so he wouldn't actually stand very easily, not very naturally by himself. And of course, there we are. There we've got our Mewtwo and Giovanni. That is really, really cool. I'm just really, really thrilled by having big old Mewtwo there. But now we have one last thing to do. It is the reason that we did all of this. We are going to remove the mirrored stage at the bottom and let's bring in all of the Pokemon from my team. So of course there is big old Kaido. He's going to take up the majority of the space. We of course have Mewtwo. There is Landshark. This is Garchomp. We have Miraidon, who's going to have to come in just over here. We have Mew3, Lucario, just down here. And then, of course, my starter, Grasscat, or Meowscara, as everyone else knows him. And there we go, I have now managed to finally complete my full team of all 6 Pokemon that I use in Pokemon Scarlet. Some may say it is an incredibly broken team, just using a couple of legendaries, of course Mewtwo and Miraidon. But I'm not playing competitively. I did play competitively at one time, but those days are long behind. Big old Grandcat. And you know what, let's just scroll the camera down a little bit. center it up a little, and there we are. In fact, actually, can we just turn Landshark the opposite direction? Let's see if we can just bring Landshark's arm up a little bit there to let Raiden in as well. There, how does that look? Yeah, that is very, very cool. And there we'll put red in as well. You know what, since we're here, why don't we just invite everyone back onto the stage. There is Mew, you can sit between them. Pikachu. Our Eevee. Now comes the point of trying to get everything to stand. Oh, actually, we can't forget about Meowscara's evolution line with Sprigato. Our Bidoof in Starly as well. They can't be forgotten about, that came with Lucario. Of course, we've got Charmander, Squirtle, and I didn't think this one through because Bulbasaur is absolutely going to take over the size of our Eevee. There we are, that's looking all good so far. And then lastly, of course, oh no, no, please don't fall over. There we go. Managed to avoid disaster. And lastly, Ivysaur is going to have to come in here in the corner. Actually, I think I've made this the wrong way around. We'll just try and keep all the grass ones together. Then Charmeleon can come in. Oh, he's just off. Oh, we're so close. Well, Charmeleon comes in this side. No, that also doesn't work. we are so close to fitting everyone in. I'm sure I can do it. I've got faith in myself. Perfect. There we are, folks. That is everything that we have done in the past few videos. Of course, I recorded all of this any singular day, so I'm not sure what it is that's coming up next. But that is all of the wonderful little Pokemon that we have looked at in the past, well, the past few videos. It'll be a couple of weeks that they have went up. Of course, our unboxing videos go up every single Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so be on the lookout for those. These will all go into the Pokemon playlist as well. If you haven't checked out the Pokemon playlist, do give it a check out. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there, including the entire Eevee Evolutions line, which is very, very cool to check out if you haven't seen that. And there we are. Let me know what you guys want to see most in the comment section below. Your comments do actually help me decide what it is that I want to do more unboxings of. We've got a load more Pokemon, we've got loads of One Piece, we've got a couple of Gundams, there's strong collectible figures, a lot of Mortal Kombat, we've even got a whole bunch of Kingdom Hearts that I've been meaning to do for a long time. I've got some Final Fantasy figures, I've got a whole bunch of Sonic the Hedgehog, we've even got some really cool Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I have been meaning to get around to as well. So, plenty of things to keep the channel going. But there we go, folks, that is going to be it for this little video. I really hope that you all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that little notification icon so you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And once again, thank you all for coming along. It does mean a lot to me. when these videos get the love that they deserve. But that's it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.